Good morning, all of you. So, in previous lecture, we have discussed processing of n job on 2 machine as well as processing of n job on 3 machine. Now, today we'll discuss about processing of n job through m machine. Now, first of all, let us see the various steps for processing of n job through m machine. First of all, there is no particular method for processing of n job on m machine as well as processing of n job on 3 machine. Always we have to refer the processing of n job on 2 machine method as per our previous discussion. Now, last time we have converted processing of n job on 3 machine problem into processing of n job on 2 machine problem. Likewise, here also processing of n job on m machine problem, we have to convert processing of n job on 2 machine problems. So, in order to convert this problem, let us refer the various steps. So, what are the various steps? So, here we have more than 3 machines. So, the machines are referred as machine A, B, C, D, E, F and up to M. Then we have the processing time with us, or that processing time is specified in the statement of the numerical. So, if the processing time is given to us, then our first step is we have to examine the column for processing time on machine A, B, C, D up to M. Then we have to check the condition. What is the condition? That is minimum processing time on machine A should be greater than or equal to maximum processing time on machine B or C or D or up to M minus 1. And second condition is minimum processing time on machine M should be greater than or equal to maximum processing time on machine B or C or D up to M minus 1. So, here at least one condition should be satisfied. So, if any one condition is satisfied, then we have to convert processing of n machine problem, processing of n job on m machine problem into processing of n job in 2 machine problem. So, let us consider the next step. Now, if the condition is satisfied, that is if either one or both of the condition holds good, then replace m machine problem by equivalent 2 machine problem, and these two equivalent machines are denoted by small a and small b, and their processing time are estimated as, that is processing time for machine small a is equal to processing time of machine capital A, machine capital B, machine capital C up to machine capital, that is M minus 1, and processing time for machine small b is equal to the sum of processing time of machine capital B plus machine capital C, machine capital D up to machine M minus 1 and plus M. Now, after that, our next step is solve above problem similar to n job and 2 machine as previous. So, once we convert this m machine problem into 2 machine problem, then we have to solve this problem by 2 machines problem procedure. Again, after that, we have to find the resulting sequence. So, once we find the resulting sequence, then we have to find idle time for all the machine as well as total processing time. So, in order to understand all these steps, so let us consider one example. So, this is the statement of the numerical. There are 4 jobs, each of which has to be processed on machine A, B, C, D, E, F. So, there are 6 machines in order A, B, C, D, E, F. The processing time in hours is given in table below. Determine the optimal sequence of job and minimum time needed to process the job. Also calculate idle time for each machine. So, this problem was asked in May 2017, December 2010 and December 2017. Now, here we have 6 machines and there are 4 jobs. So, we have to convert this for 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem. So, once we convert this problem of m machine into 2 machine, then we have to refer the previous steps that we have seen for 2 machine problem, and after that we will find the processing time as well as idle time for all the machines. Now, before we proceed for the solution, what I will suggest, just go through the solution of go through the solution of 2 machine problem as well as 3 machine problem, which we have seen in the last lecture. Now it is the same statement of the problem. So in this statement, this table is given to us. So these are the 6 machine, that is machine A, B, C, D, E, F, and there are 4 job, that is job 1, 2, 3, 4. So processing time for machine A is 15, 17, 21, 18. For machine B it is 8, 7, 7, 6. For machine C it is 6, 9, 12, 11. For machine D it is 14, 10, 9, 12. For machine E it is 6, 15, 11, 14. And for machine F it is 26, 22, 19 and 17. Again, all these processing times are given in hour. So it is suggested in the statement of the problem. Now here we have 6 machine and 4 job. Now we have to convert this 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem. So first of all, we have to check the condition. So what is the condition? So first of all, we have to observe the processing time for all the machines, and after that we have to check the condition. That is, what is the condition? That is minimum processing time on machine A should be greater than or equal to maximum processing time for B or C or D or E. Similarly, the minimum processing time on F should be greater than or equal to maximum processing time of B or C or D. Correct? So that is the condition for us. So let us check that condition. So minimum processing time on A is 15, 17, 21, 18. So out of this, what is the minimum processing time? It is 15. Then maximum processing time of B is 8, 7, 7, 6. So out of this, maximum time is 8. For again for machine C, what is the maximum time? It is 12. For machine D, what is the maximum time? It is 14. For machine E, what is the maximum time? It is 15. And for machine F, minimum time is, that is 17. So first condition is satisfied, that is minimum processing time on machine A, that is what 15, and that should be greater than or equal to maximum processing time on E. So that is what 15. So this condition is satisfied. So since condition is satisfied, means we can convert 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem. So always check in exam, if condition is satisfied, then and then we can convert M machine problem into 2 machine problem. If condition is not satisfied, then such problem is not for us in our syllabus. So always check before proceeding for any numerical in exam. Now here the condition is satisfied, that's why we will convert this M machine problem into 2 machine problem, that is 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem. Again, in order to convert this M machine problem into 2 machine problem, then we have to find processing time for machine small a, such that we have to add the processing time of machine capital A, B, C, D and E. Similarly, we have to find processing time for machine small b, that is by addition of processing time of B, C, D, E and F. So these are the steps, and here, so this is what machine small a and this is what machine small b. So how we got these values for machine small a and small b? That is by addition of processing time of this machine. So this table is given in the statement of the numerical, and this table we have prepared here as per the addition of processing time of respective machine. So here for machine small a, this time 49. How we get this 49? So it is the addition of processing time of capital A, B, C, D and E. So addition of 15 plus 8 plus 6 plus 14 plus 6. So what is the addition? This addition is 49. Similarly, processing time for machine small b, how we get this 60? So it is the addition of processing time of machine B, C, D, E and F. So accordingly we got here 60. So likewise next time, that is 58, 60, 61, 63, 58 and 60, we have obtained by addition of the processing time of respective machine as given in the statement as well as given in the steps that we have discussed just now. Now once we have this, once we converted this 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem, then in order to find the optimum sequence, so we have to follow the steps which we have seen for processing of n job on 2 machine. Now this is the problem of processing of n job on 2 machine. So we have converted 6 machine problem into 2 machine problem. Now these are the 4 job. So what are the steps for 2 machine problem? So first step is we have to observe column for machine small a and column for machine small b. So that is the first step. After that we have to select the smallest value in column 1 as well as in column 2. So what is the smallest value? See, in column 1 smallest value is 49 and in column 2 what is the smallest value? It is 58. So out of these two value, 49 is the smallest. So that's why we'll select this job 1. Again this 49 is in the first column. So that's why we'll process this job 1 first on machine small a. So that's why here I have written small that is job 1 in the first cell of the machine small a. Now once we assign this job 1, then we have to score of this row 1. Then we have to proceed for next smallest value. So next smallest value is 58. Again there is tie in the values because here we have 58 in column 1 as well as we have 58 in column 2. So which value we should select when there is tie in the value? So in that case we have to observe parallelly the other values. So for example, with respect to this 58, here processing time is 63 and with respect to this 58, here processing time is 60. So with respect to this 58 we have 63, with respect to this 58 we have 60. So out of this 60 is the minimum. So correct. So 60 and 63, out of this 60 is the minimum. That's why we have to select job 3. Again this 58 is in second column. That's why we'll assign this job 3 last on machine small a. So that's why here I have written the job 3. Now again once we select this job 3, then we have to cross off this row. Then next minimum value is 58 because with respect to this 58 we have selected. Now next 58 is here. Again this 58 is in the first column, correct? So that's why we'll write the next job, that is 2, in the next cell. So that's why here I have written this 2. Now we have selected 3 jobs and accordingly we have only 1 job and 1 cell is remaining. So that's why directly we can allocate here the last job, that is 4. So in this way here we got the sequence, that is 1, 2, 4, 3. So once we get this sequence, that is 1, 2, 4, 3, then with respect to this sequence we have to find the processing time for, that is total processing time or total elapsed time, and idle time for all these machine A, B, C, D, E and F. And again in order to find processing time for all the machines or total processing time and idle time for machine A, B, C, D, E, F, then we have to prepare one table as previous. So last time while solving the problem for 2 machines as well as for 3 machine, we have prepared one table. In that table we have written time in and time out for all the machines, and accordingly we have obtained the idle time for all the machines. So same procedure we have to follow here. So this is that table. So here we have to take all this job as per the, we have to take the new sequence that is obtained. So sequence is 1, 2, 4, 3. So here this is the column for machine A, this is the column for machine B, this is the column for machine C, this is the for machine D, then E and F. After that we have to find the idle time for machine A, for machine B, for machine C, for machine D, for machine E and for machine F. Now in order to complete this table, what I will suggest, first of all see the table which we have prepared for 2 machine problem as well as 3 machine problem. Now same method we have followed here, and accordingly we have obtained the total processing time as well as idle time for all the machines. Now what I will suggest, just refer previous step for 2 machine problem and 3 machine problem in order to prepare this table. So I will not explain this table directly, I will explain the final values, that is considering time in for job 1 0, and we have processed all this job and we got the final time out for the all job on machine A, it is 71 hours. Similarly we have started processing of job on machine B with job 1 considering time in as 15 hours, and we have processed all this job and accordingly we got here the time out for job 3, it is 78. Similarly for machine C, time in is 23 and we have processed all this job on machine C and accordingly we got here final processing time, that is 90 hours. Similarly for machine D, the time in for job 1 is 29 hours, and after that we have processed all this job and here we got the final time out for job 3 on machine D, it is 99. Similarly for machine E, time in is 43, again we have processed all this job and we got processing time on machine E, that is 110 hours. Then for machine F, time in is 49, again we have processed all this job and accordingly the time out for all the jobs or all the jobs, that is 1 2 4 3 on machine F, accordingly it is 133. So considering this cycle of processing of all the job starting from machine A up to machine F, the total processing time is 133 hours. So this is the total processing time, or this is the total elapsed time. Now here I have not explained how we get the respective time in and time out for all the job on all this machine. So for that you have to follow the steps explained for solving the problem for 2 machine as well as for 3 machine as discussed in previous lecture. Similarly here in the last column we have obtained the idle time for machine A, it is 62 hours. Again we have obtained this as per the previous problems, so refer previous problems. Similarly for machine B, it is 105, for machine C it is 95, for machine D it is 88, for machine F it is 87, and for machine C it is 49. So idle time for machine A is 62, for B is 105, for C is 95, for D is 88, for E is 87, and for F it is 49. So accordingly we have obtained the processing time for all these machines. Now this is the final solution, that is total processing time or total elapsed time is 133 hours, total idle time for machine A is 62 hours, total idle time for machine B is 105 hours, total idle time for machine C is 95 hours, total idle time for machine D is 88 hours, total idle time for machine E is 87 hours, total idle time for machine F is 49 hours. So in this way we can solve processing of N job on M machine. So in exam maximum there will be 4 machine or 4 to 6 machine, because if there are 6 machine problem or if the problem is on 6 machine, then it will carry around 12 to 14 marks. So exam point of view maximum there will be 6 machine. So how to processing of N job on more than 3 machine, that we have discussed. So what I will suggest, from examination as well as from the textbooks or reference books, try to solve similar problems as a additional practice. So today we'll stop here. Thank you.